We've all been waiting for it, and now it's time to go to orbit with Orbit Culture.
It's time for reaction. Welcome in. Old School Nerd.
Hey everybody, my name is Old School Nerd. Welcome in. A lot of you have been asking me for this one. And this one is being recorded a week before. I'm kind of all this stuff is being recorded on Thursday. I'm gonna send it out next week. I'm starting not to feel very good, so I have a feeling that if I get the same sinus infection that's been hitting my family, I want to make sure I have plenty of videos taped ahead of time. So this might be one of them. So if you're seeing this, I'm probably sick. Hey, good planning. Okay, so let's get into this serious issue, orbit culture. You have so many amazing bands out right now that are really pushing the limit of musicianship in metal. You've got Ventersea, you've got Torrential Rain, you've got, do we want to talk about Fractal Universe? Gojira. And of course, one of the big ones, orbit culture. These guys push the limit of what you can do in metal with the speed, the feeding of dynamic arrangements and composition, and they have no problem, instead of it just being loud, hard, fast, it's now where they take the intensity and the passion of extremely heavy metal, but then they're saying, you know what, we're amazing musicians too, so this is what we're going to throw out. So everyone's been kind of talking about this one. Fight of the Fireflies. My name is Old School Nerd. Check us out on oldschoolnerd.com. It's got all of our social media posts, amazing Patreon link for those who want to help support us. I appreciate every single one of you, and the merchandise store. I know a lot of other reactors are doing this one. I can't wait to see theirs, but I want to get mine in and record it now, so that way I'm not, because I like to do mine like 100% real. All I know is it's orbit culture, which I love, and the name is Fight of the Fireflies. I don't know if that has anything to do with the book or the movie about, the fire raids over Tokyo in World War II. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. If it does, okay. I just know that Fight of the Fireflies is pretty well known for that. I'm looking forward to seeing Tank the Tech's reaction to this. Hopefully Charismatic Voice does one to this one, because even though she's more of a vocalist person, I love her reaction. So, and of course, Nick Nocturnal and a few other people, but this one is mine. So that way I can get mine out of the way so I can go watch theirs. Sorry, it's true. I liked watching reactors before I became one. That doesn't stop just because, No, reactors do help other reactors. One of my favorite reactors is a guy by the name of Galactic Criminal. And because he's everything that I can't be. Yeah, he has no filter. He, you know how we all have those two little people on our shoulders, the good one and the bad one, that tell us, okay, don't do this. This one's like, do this. Yeah, he doesn't have anything on this shoulder. It's all like, do it, go ahead, do it. Yeah, so that's why I like him, because he does all the stuff I can't. So anyway, this is Orbit Culture, the Orbit Culture. Sorry, I was moving a little too fast. Slow down, Old School. Slow it down. Okay, let me get my beard out of the way. Orbit Culture, Fly to the Fireflies. Let's watch this together. I've been looking forward to this. This is awesome. Yep. Okay. There's an open book about the size of a large Bible. Not saying it is one. Just a large tome book, like a grimoire size book. Doubloons, coins, candles, and lanterns. And a crate. So I'm starting to get kind of a pirate feel to it. And there's a ladder. Apparently this is underground or in a cave. So now I'm starting to think this has nothing to do with the firebomb raids in World War II in Tokyo, because, but it's not like I haven't been wrong before. Pretty sure I was wrong like 5 minutes ago. You guys just weren't here to see it. Trust me, it happens. When the video first started, I saw the design work for Orbit Culture on the front of the kick drums, and I immediately thought, Decepticons? If you thought the same thing that I did, you can be my friend. If you didn't think that, you could still be my friend. You just need to catch up to the rest of us. Okay, let's continue. Yes, that was a copyright stop. But I had to say something during it. Otherwise, I could just... Wouldn't it be weird if people were just honest about it? If every reactor was like, okay, I stopped the video and right now I'm going to make up some really cool stuff to stay so I can just avoid a copyright strike. If reactors actually said that, wouldn't you trust them more? So even though I stopped it and made the joke about the Decepticon symbol looking emblem on the bass kick drum, yes, it's mainly just for a copyright strike avoidance. Hey, 100% real, 100% honest. It's a really good song though. Ooh. Okay, again, another copyright strike stop, but at least I'm honest. Okay, so we know that it's not about the book or the events in regards to the firebombing of Tokyo during World War II, okay? But this guy is in a basement. He's all by himself. There's only one ladder in, one ladder out, and he's poring over these books with his candlelight. And yeah, is it because he's trapped inside? He's like lost in thought? Is he captured within himself? See, this is where my brain goes. Now, obviously I wasn't right about the first part, Fight of the Fireflies. I just assumed something. And of course, assuming means I'm an ass out of you and me. So we're not going to do that. But I would say, listening to what he's saying, it sounds like he's trapped in his thoughts. And if this is an image of him in himself and he's poring over all these books like it's knowledge and the lighting isn't very good and he's having trouble seeing, is he lost in his thoughts? Is that what the song's about now? You see, my favorite part about Orbit Culture is a lot of other European bands that are really exploding right now. And I don't like to say this, but I'm going to say it. Other than a few bands that I've checked out lately from the United States, some smaller bands, Venturesea, Astriction, and a few other ones, Lucid Awakening and stuff. Those bands are really pushing the level of musicianship and creativity and storytelling as well. But there's a huge explosion, and I've said it before, that is this all because we were all locked down last year, so all these bands were able to really sit down, and they weren't running constantly, but they were able to sit down and really reflect and really be creative? I've said this before, but I think the only positive thing that came out of the pandemic and all these lockdowns the last year or 2 years has been the creativity that's been a result from a lot of these bands. Orbit Culture, Gojira. I mean, Gojira's album is nuts. and then you see Sabaton coming out with new stuff. I'm telling you, look out, because there are a lot of bands out there that really took this time, sat down, and really let the creativity flow. I'm going to give you an example. A lot of you guys like Fractal Universe, right? Did you guys know that the lead singer of that band during the lockdowns just learned how to play the saxophone? Why? I don't know, but Clement, the drummer, him and I were having an interview, and he's like, yeah, the lead singer learned how to play the saxophone in the last 6 months during lockdown. And I'm like, is that why you have a saxophone in your new song? He's like, yeah. You know what I did during lockdown? I started a YouTube channel. Apparently that's working out well for me too. I don't know. But again, this will probably be my last pause. But just want to let you guys know that this is this kind of stuff I'm talking about. Metal kind of had that lull, you know, but for the last 10 years, it kind of had a lull. All of a sudden, we had this huge explosion of creativity where things that you thought you had to do, like you had to be dark metal, you had to be, you know, this type of metal, or you had to be, you know, metalcore, or you had to be, you know, symphonic metal, epic metal, medieval metal, pirate metal, whatever type of metal you were, that was where you're stuck to. And they have all these bands going everywhere now. And they're literally crossing the lines, and they're just saying, this is art. This isn't our genre of metal. We're just going to go everywhere. That's why you see bands that are playing one type of song in one release. The next single they release is completely a different form of music, and you're like, I'm so lost. But it's the bands really reaching out in their creativity, and I think it's awesome. And as much as I hate to say it, I'm going to admit it. Eskimo Callboy, when they did Hypa Hypa, the original version, and then they said, you know what? We're just going to get a hold of all these different artists from all these different genres and let everyone just creatively bastardize this ridiculous song we wrote, and it became kind of a viral phenomenon. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Let's finish this out. Hopefully my rambling has not confused or pissed anyone off. If you want to watch this video without me interrupting or talking about it, the link is in the description. As always, I want you to check out the original artist. That's why I do reactions, because I want you to check out these bands that I love. But I think it's a great time to be around to check out music on YouTube, because these bands are just taking it to the next level. They've come out of this. They've come out of these initial lockdowns during this pandemic, and they're taking full advantage of this time, and I love it. It's awesome. Let's finish it out. Fireflies, the birth of lost control, a cry in the night. Inside the dark, inside the weight of my head, I'm trying to grasp it. Chasing what's in my See what I'm saying? This section of the song is completely different than the other. All right. Orbit Culture and other bands like them, I'm telling you, no limits, no scripts, no walls, no borders. They'll go anywhere they want, any way they want. And I love it. Great job. Oh, please check out the link to this original video is in the description. Please check them out. It's Orbit Culture. My name is OldSkuleNerd. See you on the next one.